Delray Beach. I'm Amanda.
And I am Jamil.
And we are here at the beautiful Inspired Living in Delray Beach. And it does not look like what I was expecting when I pulled up. I thought we were at like a 5-star resort, or I don't know.
I was going to say the same exact thing, talking about it being a 5-star resort, but this place is wonderful.
And we heard about the food here. And now they're torturing us with food back here. And it smells so good. And we're not sure if it's real or not if we get to eat it, but we will be finding that out because that looks too good to waste.
I can't wait, just know that.
Well, as always, there was so much going on this weekend in Delray, and we divided and conquered this weekend because you went.
I went to I Want My 90s Back concert.
And I couldn't get tickets. He got in early. I waited too long. Don't wait for things in Delray, guys. But I got to go to the Historical Society.
Yeah, so we're not going to even talk about my part yet.
Oh, no, we're going to show you a little bit about it later. We're not going to talk. We're going to show, so stay tuned. But the Historical Society plein air event, the Art in the Garden, was spectacular.
So when he was talking about the Highwaymen, about them coming, were you able to get any pieces of art? What were some of the things that you seen while you were there?
Well, we got 3 of Isaac Knight's work. One of the original Highwaymen. I learned about him and the Highwaymen in art history class when I was in school. So getting to see him live and talk and hear his story is amazing. He's been painting for 50 years.
Tell our viewers a little bit about the Highwaymen.
So, well, you said it so beautifully last time, though, that I'm going to not do it as well as you did last time. So, they were artists who went and painted out in the world, plein air artists, but with things that they would find at paint at hardware stores. So, not when you think of painters having these really fussy paints, they would find what was accessible to them. And they would go out on the highway often and paint. And it was such a beautiful movement. And it was in a time where they weren't able to do certain things.
So, and this was during the Civil Rights Movement where you had African-American artists and their art couldn't be displayed inside of art galleries. So they had to figure out ways to go ahead and take their art on the road to show it off to people.
And it was just amazing. And he's teaching his granddaughter, which I think is fantastic. And she's selling paintings. And I love to see generations of artists living on with their family.
I love it. I think your daughter's going to be the same way when it comes to
I don't know. I think she might. We are starting a little art collection for her now. When we go to different shows, we let her pick a special piece. And as we ask her every time, which piece speaks to you, Stella? She's 4. And so she picked a beautiful purple one. Pink and purple are her favorite colors. So we have a lot of purple art for Stella. But it was just beautiful. And getting to see all the different artists and how they see the world. And as we learned last week, when they're chasing the light and seeing that come through in their art, it was so phenomenal, so well done as always.
Yes.
And
I mean, congratulations to Wendy for having a great event over at the Delray Beach Historical Society.
It was busy. It was very busy. And it was, if you remember, it was a little drizzly, but it was beautiful. It was like glistening. It was a perfect event.
Oh, man. So, talking about perfect.
I know.
So
this is perfect.
This place here, there are no flaws. When I walked out, I was just smiling as I walked, even from the front doors, even the hospitable nature and the environment that we have in here. So, do you want to introduce our next guest?
So, we have the Executive Director of Inspired Living, Damon Thomas, coming to join us.
Come on in.
Come on. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome. Glad to have you.
It is so beautiful here. And the mission behind Inspired Living, to take care of moms and dads, and you treat them like family.
Yeah, we really do. It's exciting. I've been with the company for quite some time now, the leadership, and we just keep it simple. I mean, what's it all about? And it's about just taking care of moms and dads.
Yeah.
Right. And you guys have been doing this for a while because you guys have different facilities throughout Florida. Because as I was putting it into my GPS, I found out I was on my way to Royal Palm.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
I was like, hold on.
Why are you filming Delray Morning Live in Royal Palm? This doesn't make sense.
But I mean, it's something totally different from any other senior living facility. Like, what was the inspiration for doing it in this type of style?
You know, it's just time to break the boundaries. When people think about senior living, I think everyone thinks about bingo or there's a lot of negative things that people probably think about. And so now when you look around, you can tell we've started something new here. So when we got started with this project, we've been doing this for quite some time. So we saw a lot of things in the industry that we liked, right? A lot of things that maybe need to change. and we came up with a pretty cool recipe. So we're excited to show it off to the world.
It is. I mean, it really does feel like a resort here. This feels like a place that if your parents are going somewhere as they get older, I would feel totally comfortable myself being here. I mean, it's phenomenal. This is a beautiful property.
Thank you.
How do we, if I want to live here?
We're signing up now.
Yes.
Okay.
What is that process?
Paperwork? We could do that. We could do. Well, first, it's not, and it's not about sales, it's not about paperwork, it's about relationships and establishing partnerships, because healthcare for seniors, people are really worried about their moms and their dads.
Right.
And so the first thing we want to do is when they come, we have what's called a discovery room. We'll sit down and we want to learn more about the family, about their background, and then how we can best meet their needs. It used to be about sales, that's the old way of doing it, but now it's about connecting in a partnership. Once you establish that partnership, it's making a tailor-made plan around that individual.
What are some of the activities and things that you have got going on campus?
Man, I don't know if Amy's here yet, but we have an engagement director that is off the hook. She's just so exciting. And so going back to breaking new boundaries, the old days was bingo. The old days were ball tosses. Now it's about historical society, like you mentioned earlier, old school square, getting involved. As we know, we're very close with the chamber, bringing people in.
Yeah.
So it's all about getting more involved in the community. It's another thing that sets us apart from the others is that they're not. Some people aren't interested in getting involved in Delray, and I think if you do that, you're making a big mistake because Delray is Delray, right?
Pretty great.
So we're bringing it.
So.
We're bringing it in. That's what's going to really make us and set us apart.
That's incredible, and I think it's interesting what you're saying too, is how you are working with the community to make sure that everybody gets to be part of the community, which I think is a big thing, because a lot of times you think, oh, you go to an assisted living place, you're locked there, you can't go anywhere. They get to go and explore and be part of the different events in town, which I think is amazing, and it shows the level of attention that you're paying to the lives of the people who live here.
The only thing I was bummed out about is I couldn't get those Jimmy Buffett tickets. I wanted to sell it out with my folks. They were like, I tried to pull every string I had, so I guess I'm stringless.
Well, that one I think everybody was stringless because it was like boom, boom, boom.
Right. How many units, how many living units do you have here?
130.
Wow.
So we have 75 assisted living or independent living units, and then 55 over in memory care. So what's great about that number, it's not too big, it's not too small. Our folks aren't going to get lost, they're not going to become a number. So that's what it's all about when we talk about individualized and tailored. That's a great number, I think.
Absolutely. And the other thing that I think, I mean, we keep talking about food because it smells so good, but is that you have all-day dining. So people don't have to go within a certain window because, we all get hungry at different times.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to eat lunch at noon. So they can come and they can eat as they need.
Yeah, so typical assisted living, again, when you're talking about breaking boundaries, is that there's a cattle call. Oh, it's time, and they'll all wait outside the dining room. Oh, goodness, we don't want that. So I don't know, I'm an early riser, so, I'm down here, 6, 7 in the morning. Others like to sleep in, roll out of bed, do brunch every day at 11. We're going to have an all-day dining menu. So we want to meet their needs, not the other way around.
That makes sense.
Love
I really like that. I really like that big time.
So there's a grand opening happening.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Everybody in
heck
town's
yeah.
excited about this.
Yeah. So we'll do a special announcement today. We'll keep the RSVP rolling throughout the end of business today, but there's some crazy numbers. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I hope you can make it. It's a ribbon cutting, the Delray style, the way we do it, the only way Delray does it. We're gonna have a great ribbon cutting because this project has been a couple of years in the making. And normally that's a long, tedious process, but for us it's been a blast because we've got to know everyone in Delray.
Yeah.
So tomorrow from 5 to 7:30, come party with us because it's going to be a great celebration.
Ah.
So I have a question before we even get into that. So the
We
'Cause
keep
it's-
smelling this.
yeah, it's
You're
worse.
torturing us.
Yeah, yeah.
He's really
Wait,
trying to get a sign up.
I want to sample it. Can we? So this camera is a smell-o-vision camera, I think, too. So you guys back home, you guys can smell.
Yeah,
It smells so good.
it's all good. The, you know, we started our buffets with the Healthcare Council. And we heard a lot of positive feedback. So early on, that's one of the things that
They're
we're
all
known
talking
for.
about it. Everybody is talking about it because you do have a great partnership with the chamber, and everybody at the chamber is always talking about your food.
Oh,
and I was
absolutely.
like, wait, what? And then when we chatted last time on the show, I was like, wait, they all
Yeah.
keep talking about this food. There's something to this. Then we get here, and I was like, wait.
You just set me behind.
Well, Jamel, go ahead.
He's ready to grab
Go
it.
right,
ahead.
you know what?
I mean, how
All
are we
right.
gonna do this?
All right.
So which is your favorite? What do you
Oh, are you
like?
kidding me? Look
All
at me.
of it?
Everything's my favorite.
That
So,
thing looks so good.
This is artwork. This is a waffle cone filled with fruit.
Yeah.
It looks good to me.
Maureen, you
looks
want
good.
to tell me what's
This is
going
the chef.
on
Come
here?
on over, chef.
Come on.
Let's watch your.
So
What do we have?
this is our waffle cone filled with dragon fruit, fresh berries that are in season, nectarines. We have this featured for our residents that have dexterity issues, so that if they can't handle, forks, knives, spoons, this is an easier way for them to be able to
amazing.
enjoy their.
And it's beautiful, so they don't feel like they're missing out because it looks delicious and they're able to hold it, which
Yeah.
is important.
Yep.
Look
Wise
at
man
it.
once said, you do eat with your eyes, and I don't need a fork or anything.
No, this
Look,
is amazing.
Take a look.
This is so good.
Look at this.
This is really good.
Ooh, baby.
I'll let you try first. Is it as good as it looks?
It's good.
Stop. Okay, this fruit's gonna fall all over me, guys. This is not gonna be graceful, but
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
try
be
not.
worth
I'm
it.
gonna try not to eat the whole thing while we sit here. I'm gonna try not to.
Oh my gosh, this is good.
This is good.
It doesn't need to be graceful. It just needs to be good, right?
Right. This is good.
I feel like if you're on a diet, you can still eat this.
It's simple, beautiful, but it's also good.
This is great. This all looks so beautiful. So is this how it's always presented with the flowers and? Because
Yeah,
this
the-
is stunning.
Presentation's half the battle, right? You know, you can serve anything to a resident, but if the presentation's not there, you're already off to a bad start.
Right about that.
So we partner with our dietary department. We talk about in general what the look we're going for. We also build our menus around our residents. There's a lot of different options. So we have a dietary profile that we build when they come in. And so to answer your question, yes, it's going to be like this, and yes, it's going to be built around those residents.
I really like what you guys have done because it's not really just about the business side of things, just getting people in here and
Right.
becoming a babysitting service. You guys are really putting the needs of the residents to the forefront. And I think that's why you guys have really been a successful business because I've seen how many places
Yeah.
you guys have opened
Yeah,
up. So this is
absolutely.
wonderful.
Thank you.
It is. And I think for people who are, on the fence about, oh, like, what do I do with my parents? I want to make sure they get the best care that they gave you. This is a great option. Who doesn't feel alive and happy when you walk in this space? And then you come in here to eat, you get beautiful food. I mean, nicer than I would have at breakfast at my house, let's be real.
I'm making my down payment today.
I know. You
Reserve
deserve
my
a spot.
We'll get you on the way out. But on a serious note, it's okay to be on the fence. I mean, this is an easy decision for a lot of folks.
Right.
However, once they come in, once they experience the environment, they're feeling, oh boy, why haven't I done this
Yes.
sooner?
Yes.
So for those people who are on the fence, we get that, we understand. Come on over, we'll show it's a different world.
Absolutely. And for those of you that are interested, come and check it out because it really is amazing. And where should people, when they want to come here and they want to check it out for themselves, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, I love this because my associate executive director told me about it this morning. It's hello Delray Beach at inspiredliving.care. So hello Delray Beach at inspiredliving.care. Again, just another example on how we're tying in Delray Beach.
Wonderful.
We just love to be here. We just really, really love this town.
And we're lucky to have you.
We're lucky to have you here. Delray is just always impressing me about all these great
Yeah.
things that's happening. So thank you guys
Absolutely.
for being
Thank you.
here.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully we can come back and take out with the scenes. Yes, anytime.
Thank you for
Anytime.
having
Thank
us
you.
today.
This is good. Are we taking a commercial break? 'Cause I want to eat some more.
I
No.
know, I just want to eat. Can we just have an eating show today? I think that's what you had in mind, right?
Yes.
So, I want to hear about your weekend because
Oh.
I saw a little clip. I asked him how was his weekend, and I was sent a little video. I was blown away. I mean, I know you have charisma. We all know you. For those of you who've been watching a few weeks now, you can see the charisma, but this was next level.
Well, I have to say, Johnny Quest, DJ Last,
I mean,
they
yeah.
really put on a show. I've never really been to a show where from the beginning to the end, everybody had a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I mean, the energy was there. It was a packed house. It was just an awesome atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody in the crowd, even though I probably was the youngest one in the crowd, but everybody was back. They were back in high school.
Yeah.
You know, having a nice time, man. It was lovely. It was lovely. I'm still recuperating from it. You probably can
I was
hear
going
it
to
in my
ask,
voice. But
how you feeling?
if you guys wasn't there, guess what? Just
Yeah.
go ahead and take a look at this clip.
That's right. And then you'll be able to feel like you're there. I mean, I felt like I was there a little bit in watching your clip. So what was the best part about it? Like, what was like, if you had to pick one thing, because I know there was a lot that you liked about that event, but what was the one thing where you're like, this sticks with me forever?
I think it was more meeting DJ Last.
Yeah.
And then also talking with Vanilla Ice behind stage. Because,
cool.
you know, growing up here in
Yeah.
Delray, DJ Last was the person that's blasting on the radio
Yeah.
station all the time. You always heard his voice, but I'd never seen his face. So meeting him and talking to him in person, it was really nice. It was humbling.
That's like surreal, I feel like. You know,
Yes.
you hear people or you read about them, and then when you get to meet them, it's
And
so
I
special.
had the opportunity to introduce him to come on stage, so that was even better.
I mean, come on. That's pretty cool.
Here's the tape. Take a look.
One of the baddest DJs from South Florida. My boy DJ Last, baby.
So here's the deal, okay? 1-800-CALL-LEE. If you walk like me, you must call me.
I like that, baby. It's going down.
DJ Last in the building. Two Live Crew is in the building. So listen, I know a lot of you guys sit at home and you sit back like, what happened to the good music of the 90s? How many of you guys from South Florida? So you already know DJ Last. You already know who the man is, right? We call him the pimp with the lip. Hey, listen, how many of y'all know that song when the song come on? Yes, sir. Let's give it up, baby. Hey, listen up, y'all. Give it up for DJ Last as he comes to the one, two, baby. Let's go.
Vamos a bailar.
Hey, so look, I'm about to show them some dance moves and show how the old school really get down right now. Hey, they was killing it though. Now y'all already know I can get down with it. Hey, 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 Man, coming on, you already know it. Man, let's go. Yeah, right, baby. Yes, sir. That's right.
The hit for my DJ will fall. Let me hear you.
Well, it looks like you had a good time for
Listen,
sure.
I had a blast. Listen, I did a lot of dancing. My legs are sore, my back is sore, everything right now.
That's when you know that you're a kid from the 90s,
I was
right?
just dancing all night. I had a nice. I even FaceTimed my kids while I was there. I was just like, "Hey, look at that!"
And didn't your family come down too for it?
Yes. So my brother came down. I mean, it was lovely.
What a fun time.
We had a nice time. We had a nice time there. So, Old School Square has to make that happen again.
Yes, I agree, because I need to come this time.
Yes. But anyways, enough about my weekend. So we have some awesome guests here, people that I know personally, and they're doing some great things in the city. Let's welcome Ms. Kate Johnson, Mr. C. Ron Allen, and also Mr. Jim Shard to the show. And they're with the Education Fund of Delray Beach. So now we're going to talk a little bit more about about that fund and what their services are here that they're providing to the community.
Well, the Delray Chamber Education Fund is the 501c3 of our chamber, and it has existed for 35 years. It was the Chamber Charities. We have updated the name and our mission that we are dedicated to making the schools, the public schools in Delray Beach, the very best in South Palm Beach County. And the effort has been for the last year to gear up and be able to provide grants to the public schools. And there, of course, this is really important right now.
Yes.
After the pandemic. Our students have been reduced in terms of the amount of attendance, the amount of hours of training they get, and also a lot of them just don't have the access to computers or broadband. So we are committed to trying to help reverse the learning loss that has occurred during this time. And unfortunately, the loss has been mostly in those that least needed to fall back, and that's the youngest students and those in our underserviced communities.
Well, you know, the one thing that I truly love is that there are not many communities or cities or municipalities that have an education fund that's geared towards the schools within their city. They're dependent either on the county or the state or federal government. But I like that you guys are really taking it upon yourself to say, you know what, we need to worry about what's going on in Delray, and we need to help our educators. We can't wait on somebody else to come in to really assist us. So I really love that.
And Jamel, that's a great point, because obviously the county takes care of the great proportion of the standard education that has to be done. But there's so much that can be done in terms of enrichment and focus outside of that. And it doesn't take that much money. So the city with its director of education and the chamber with its DCF can really, really make a difference.
Well, when you talk about the programs that's taking place at the library, and then you talk about the programs, the mentoring programs that Mr. C-Run is running, I think all of these things are really encompassing and embodying that goal and achieving that goal that you guys really have.
We do have one great program I want to tell you about,
Okay.
because it does incorporate all that, which you just said. About a year ago, the director of education and one of the city commissioners, Ryan Boylston, sat down with the principals of the public schools and said, what do you need? And they said, you know, we really need promotion, visibility, truth-telling, because we have really good schools here, but people don't realize that. So the idea was brought about that if we find extra funds, we could give those to the principals to do those special projects, those innovative and creative things that they wanted to do. And the idea came about that the city had this wonderful asset that was underutilized. It was the bus shelters. And so we could have a triple win. We could have beautification of the bus shelters. We could have money raised for the schools and really promoting the schools. And we could also have the civic-minded people in this city put money up to pay for that and be recognized for it.
I think that's a genius idea. That's really genius, because a bus shelter really is an eyesore, right?
Yeah.
But now you take this piece, now you turn it into a work of art, and at the same time, it's for a great cause.
And it's in a high traffic area,
Yes.
so
Right.
it's not only the people getting on the bus, but the people driving by.
It's
Right.
a win-win situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how can people get involved if they want to sponsor a bus shelter and be able to help spread the word about the schools?
Well, as you might recognize, we do have a website and a Facebook page. And so you go to delrayeducation.org and you can
Okay.
find out all about it. You can find out about the bus shelter. You can offer to be a board member. There's a donate button, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. So I know that's one way that you guys are raising funds. What are some other activities that you guys are do to raising funds for the program?
Well, fundraising is really an important part, as you know, because while the bus shelters have their own program that will lead to money that'll go back directly to the schools, we also do other fundraising activities. On Thursday, June 24th, we're kicking off our first fundraising event on the roof at Alof, a little dive into summer, because don't we all want to dive into summer? And for $50, you're going to be able to get drinks, hors d'oeuvres, a little music, kind of mix and mingle out in the sunshine with some of your friends up there. And those tickets are available on our website. That's Thursday, June 24th. And tickets are available now, and we still even have a few sponsorships. And 50% of that ticket price, of that $50, goes directly into our fundraising, which will then turn back into money that is again granted out to the schools and granted out to programs. And then, of course, everyone's favorite fall kickoff event. I know school isn't over, but it's not too late to talk about the Delray Education Breakfast.
That's the theme of the show today, is breakfast.
Second only, I mean, this is kind of a food-oriented town, as we well know. Much by inspired living, but also in there. So this year, we're changing it up a little bit. We're moving back to we're moving to the Aloft
So wait,
Hotel.
in person?
In person. See your friends, eat bacon in front of your
wonderful.
friends. Yes, there will be bacon. There will be scrambled eggs, and we
Sign
have,
us up.
And we have the great, and we have great speakers. We have
Yes.
James Galvados of the Education Foundation is going to really talk about the state of the schools. He's got a little surprise plan that's coming for all the schools. Yes, it's on 4 wheels, and yes, it's full of supplies. And so there will be a giveaway while there's there. We're just now, again, going back to delrayeducation.org, where we're selling sponsorships. And this is where we also welcome back our schools. We welcome back our teachers. It's the must-come-to event. And we've got the one and only Joe Gilly working on a little preview film that's going to be up at the beginning. We're going to have digital vibes there, getting you revved up to be there in the morning. So, plan your outfit, get ready to eat bacon, and that's going to be on Thursday, August the 5th. Tickets are going to go on sale in about 2 weeks, but sponsorships are available now.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Now, let's say this. This young man right here, Mr. C. Ron Allen, has been doing education work here in Delray for almost over 30 years. And I have to say, I was actually in his program.
I didn't know
I was
that.
in his
That's
program as a little
amazing.
kid, the KOP Mentoring Network. But you guys have some awesome events coming up as well. You can talk about it.
Yes, we do, but what's up with the food?
Hungry.
Let me just say, whoever planned this today and invited us today,
Yes.
did an awesome job. Great. Man, I can't wait.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, don't worry, you're going to have all of it after. As soon as we hear about your event, then we are going to, he's like, take some.
Save a plate for me till the end. How
Yes,
about
so
that?
we will
Yes,
let
but
you try all the goodies.
You're saying, as Jamel said, KOP's been helping to prepare our young people in Delray Beach for the last 30 years. Wow. And we do so through a variety of programs. Right now, we have 4 avenues of service, I like to call it. We have an oratorical academy. We have a financial lit and wealth building academy. We do through health and wellness, Zumba, and gardening. And we also have our aviation. We have an aviation program. Yeah, we get our small fries involved early on, try to get them in the pipeline. So not that we want them to be pilots, but want to expose them to these things. We do golfing and some other things too. But yeah, this young man came through. Boy, hey, see this? Look. He's largely responsible for this. We have in Delray is one of the cities, I must say, just an awesome experience. But we have a relationship with the Delray Police Department. Many of our kids, many of our boys do not have a relationship with a positive male figure in their lives. So the police department decided that, look, we're going to do a father and son fishing day.
Beautiful.
So on Saturday, we're taking 21, now it's about 27 now, 27 young boys from Delray, and we have about 17 officers now who have signed up with boats and some members of the community. We're going to take them on Lake Ida from 9 to 12.
Nice.
And we're going to teach them how to fish.
Yeah.
Just think about the experience.
Yeah.
Many of these boys have never left probably a 30 millimeter distance from their homes.
Yeah.
They're going to be on a boat on Lake Ida.
Oh, that's
for that
so
day.
cool.
So it's an awesome experience.
You're creating a lot of beautiful experiences for the kids, it sounds like. I mean, all the things that you listed are things that most kids don't know about, and you're providing these kids with this education that's going to set them up to the next level. I mean, like this one here is doing pretty good. But here's your proof. Here's your proof. But it is, I mean, just even to teach kids about finances. Most kids have no concept of any of that, so to be able to learn that is huge.
Man, I must say that I just so happen to be I like to say the brain behind this, but it takes a village. A lot of people who make, this young lady to my left, this young man to my right. I call them and they just open doors for me.
Yeah.
And I must say, the Delray Beach community, in 30 years of asking, I've never been told no.
That's amazing. And that's how it should be. And I think that's one of the things that makes our community so special is that we all try to help each other and lift each other up and have different events and
You're
celebrate.
So right, Amanda. It's all about collaborations. Boards are collaborations. The chamber is the collaboration. Each nonprofit, public service like Jim has done, it's a collaboration, and that's what makes us what we are. It makes Delray such a special community.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
I do too. Well, I think we need to get them some food. We're torturing them.
I heard
while
Mr.
they're
C-Ron
sitting
somewhere growling
here.
over there. You
He's
heard
like, finally! and I'll go over some of the chamber announcements while you guys get to have some snacks.
All right, that'd be great.
Thank you for
Thank
all
you
that
guys
you're
very much.
doing. Thank you.
No problem.
This looks good. I'm going to take my comb back. So there's
Yes.
there's eggs and there's
Yogurt parfait.
yogurt. Here's the eggs.
C-Ron.
So as always, in Delray Beach, there are a ton of fabulous events happening. The first being the grand opening of Inspired Living Delray Beach, where we are today, Thursday, June 3rd, from 5:15 to 7. If we haven't convinced you that you need to check out this place, I don't know what to tell you, because this food, fantastic, the environment is beautiful. The next event is Economic Development and Government Affairs Friday Forum. It's Friday, June 4th at 8 a.m., and it's an update from our community partners, the City of Delray Beach, the Delray Beach CRA, and the Delray Beach DDA. And there's a special guest speaker, Mike Caruso, the state representative, and it is free. It's via Zoom, and you must pre-register at delraybeach.com/events. The next one is a very popular one, which is a webinar, and it's Grow with Google, and it's use YouTube to grow your business. It's Tuesday, June 8th at 12:30 via Zoom. It's free, guys. You get to learn from Google how to use YouTube for free. Make sure you RSVP on delraybeach.com/events. And another popular one, the Real Estate Roundtable. It's Thursday, June 10th at 9:30 a.m. The commercial presentation with the Property Appraiser's Office via Zoom, and it's complimentary for members, and future members only $25. You must register. Once again, delraybeach.com. There is always something fun to do, a great way to learn, and to grow your business here in Delray.
Listen, if you're a business owner in Delray Beach, you need to be part of the chamber.
100%.
Because you have all of the resources there for you. I mean, the networking opportunities, everything is endless right now. So I know if I was a business owner here, I would be knocking on the chamber's door, like, what can I do? What can I do? I've never seen a chamber really have so many events to really help all, and that's what they're there for. They really help businesses.
Every single category of business, no matter what you do, there's somebody you can connect with, whether it's you're looking for a assisted living facility or you're buying a new house, there's someone you're going to meet that can help you personally and professionally.
Yeah, and I think what you can see is just from the educational fund and the chamber charities, the collaboration that has taken place to really mold and help shape our community. I mean, it's great.
It is, and it's a great way to get involved and get to learn more about the town, especially for those of you that might be new here to Delray Beach, and to get involved with incredible charities and be able to help.
Yes. Listen, I want to thank Mr. Damon
thank
and Inspired
you.
Living for hosting us
Thank you,
today,
thank you.
for filling my belly.
Yes. No, I'm not full yet. I'm going for more.
For filling our belly. And once
thank
again, Delray Beach, thank you guys for joining in and tuning in to us today. And
Thank you to the chamber.
Thank you to the chamber. Yes, yes.
And a special thank you to 1-800-CALL-LEE for sponsoring our show.
If you get in a car accident, slip or fall, you know who to call. Thank you very much. Have a Delray day.
Well, I called Lee.
Oh, hey Siri, call Lee.
Who called Lee? We called Lee.
Oh, you called Lee.
Well, I called Lee.
I got Jen.
I called Lee too.
I called Lee, of course.
So yeah, I called Lee.
Injured in an accident or slip and fall? Call 1-800-CALL-LEE. You focus on getting better. We'll take care of the rest.
Everybody calls Lee at 1-800-CALL-LEE.
I know, Dad. You called Lee.